I love the car industry. It is super cool and super fun, and there is a lot of very positive aspects of it. There's also all the things we're gonna talk about in this video. Here's 5 car trends that need to die. Number 1, all horsepower, nothing else. Horsepower, it's super fun. I bought this car because I wanted a car that had more horsepower than anything else I've ever owned. I plan to add more horsepower to it in the future. However, only horsepower is not the only thing that matters. And people are made so numb to any sort of reasonable horsepower number nowadays. This car is 400 horsepower stock. It's not slow. This is not a slow car. It is incredibly easy to break literally any speed limit on the planet like that with this car. This car is nowhere near the most powerful new car sold. It was nowhere near the most powerful new car sold when it was new, what, 12 years ago at this point? And you know, it's super cool that you can buy a new car with 600 horsepower, 700 horsepower, 800 horsepower, or in the cases of supercars, 900, 1100, 1500 horsepower. That is awesome, don't get me wrong, but that along with the crazy tuning culture, which I love, by the way, I see more and more people that are coming into the car industry and are just starting to develop their interest in cars. And to them, anything under like 800 horsepower is slow and lame. These numbers have become so meaningless, where I don't think that younger car enthusiasts even understand how powerful an 800 horsepower car really is. You hear younger people that like want a Mustang GT, for instance, and you talk to them about like what they want to do to it, and they're like, you know, just like some small bolt-ons, just like whatever it takes to get me up to like 750 wheel horsepower. And I'm like, my guy, small bolt-ons are not gonna get you anywhere near that number. 750 horsepower is gonna be a rather large supercharger and long tube headers bare minimum, most likely. Or a really big turbo. And it's not going to be reliable at that, most likely. Don't get me wrong, the Coyote's a great engine though. There's a reason why I own this car. And it's mostly that. But guys, keep in mind, especially if you're young people and all you have is like your first car you got, whatever it might be. Maybe it's, you know, a brand new Versa, or maybe it's a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee, I don't know. Either way, keep in mind, right now you're driving a car that has like 109 horsepower, or maybe 150 depending on what it is, or if you're really lucky, maybe it has 200. Anything over that is going to feel fast to you. You don't need 850 billion horsepower. It's not necessary. Take it from me, someone who used to be you. Number 2, chrome wraps. Oh, please stop. You know, I can look at a lot of different stylistic choices with cars and be like, hey, not my taste, but I understand it. I don't understand chrome wraps. I don't understand gold wraps. It doesn't look good to me. It doesn't look good to a lot of people. Why? But whether or not I think it looks good, I think a lot of things are ugly. I think a lot of things are beautiful. That's not really the point. A chrome wrap is also incredibly unsafe. That is a great way to blind yourself or many other people around you when you're driving when, I don't know, the sun is out. And I feel like safety should be a consideration. So please don't chrome wrap your car. If you're gonna wrap it in a color, please. Number 3, bragging Jeeps / trucks. Has anyone noticed how it seems like the angriest, most tribalist like Jeep owners are the people that the only crawling they've ever done is over the curb into their driveway? I don't get it. I like most vehicles. I like a lot of cars. There are very few cars that I just look at and I think, I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie, Jeep Wranglers are kind of getting there. I totally understand why people use them when they use them for something that they're good at. They're great at off-roading. However, all the people that use them on the road only and brag about their off-road ability, first of all, why? Second of all, it is a way overpriced vehicle to use for just driving on the road. And not only that, it's not good at it either. They're not that comfortable. They are super duper like non-refined, super noisy, even if you have the hard top. they're not great vehicles to drive on the road. That's just a fact. And there's this general thing in the car industry, and actually a lot of industries in general, where someone owns X thing that's built for something else. They don't use it for that, but they love to brag about how good it is at that thing theoretically. I mean, that's so dumb. That's like me bragging to everyone about how theoretically fast my Mustang is at the drag strip, but yet all I ever do is pull it into my driveway and idle it for 15 minutes every week. Don't get me wrong, I love trucks, and for the most part, I love Jeeps. But please, stop bragging about them non-stop. If I see one more only in a Jeep sticker on a bone stock base model GL Wrangler, I swear I'm gonna flip my lid. And I don't know what it is, but trucks are so gatekeepy and weird and like so judgmental about any other truck build. People that build pre-runners are judgmental about people that build show trucks. People that build show trucks are judgmental about people that do rock crawling with their trucks. It's like, guys, we all love cars, shut up. Number 4 on the list is dysfunctional stance. Okay, whatever, I get stance. I like a car that looks good. I love good fitment. My car doesn't have good fitment right now and it bugs me. But dysfunctional stance, just for the sake of looking a certain way, really bothers me. I have a problem with anyone that's going to make their vehicle much more dangerous for a really small aesthetic gain. Having 958,000 degree camber makes your car worse in every single way. And I mean, subjectively, I think it looks terrible, but that's not really the point. I'm not into stance. I'm just gonna be 100% honest about that. But there's some stance cars that are done moderately that I'm like, hey, that looks good, or hey, I understand why people are into that. I totally get why people do that. Although it's not my thing, I think it'd be super fun to build a stance car. But so many of them go way too far to the point where you cannot drive the car. Or just sketchy modifications are made in such a way to make the car better at parking. And I'm sorry, but that's not why I love cars. So that's just not my thing, and I don't think it ever will be. Dysfunctional stance, I'm not gonna be sad if that goes away. Number 5. This is something that needs to go away, however. Takeovers. I know a lot of people think this is a really new phenomenon. It's not, but it has blown up in recent years because of social media. I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. Takeovers are freaking selfish, just self-indulgent, ridiculously dangerous things. I completely understand the desire to hoon your car around and do stupid stuff with it, but I have a huge problem with you doing that in a way that could endanger other people. And for any of you that think that it's not going to, it has, multiple times. At H2OI recently, a guy died in a takeover that he was not involved in. That is horrible. That is a father that was taken away from his children because a bunch of idiots in cars decided that they wanted to go slide around in like a stoplight, an intersection, whatever. Literally any way that you try to justify a takeover doesn't work. People that say, well, it's cheaper, I can't afford to go to the track is far away from me. Do you know what's really not affordable? Going to court and going to jail over manslaughter. And of course, spectators also get ticketed all the time. Whether or not that's right is a completely different thing, but it does happen. You're taking a risk that could have much more long-term damage than going to a track and paying for a track day, going to do autocross, paying for a test and tune at a drag strip is ever going to do to you. If this is a hobby that you really care about enough that you want to go do donuts in an intersection with your car, you can invest the money into going to the track. You can do it. Be a big boy. Well, now that I've raised my blood pressure significantly over the course of this video, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you did and you agree with what I was saying, go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. If you did not agree with what I was saying, you can also leave your thoughts in the comments. You can dislike the video if you leave me constructive criticism in the comments. Otherwise, you smell and your creepy mustache is freaking everyone out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.